Welcome back. I have a recipe from Irish Teatime Recipes. The Irish Rink cake. A light buttery cake topped with almonds and currants. So yeah, let's get started. Set the oven to 180 Celsius. I'm doing that. The oven is preheating and I need flour and baking powder in a bowl. So tiny bit of flour, only, what was it, 55 grams. Oh. Rub in the butter. So, but I still need a bit of baking powder. Like 1/4 of a teaspoon. So, oops. I'm not sure, I think that's the right amount. Just a tiny recipe. And then butter, I've got 60 grams of butter, which I need to rub in until breadcrumbs. So we always like doing that, right? Add sugar, then mix to a dropping consistency with beaten egg. Add a little at a time. Okay, so this is so nice about making a tiny version. You don't have to spend hours breadcrumbing the flour. Anyway, add sugar, my purple. I'm going to do that every time I'm making a recipe with the hard bowl. With that hard bowl. The other ones are cute too. The one with the flowers and the one with the egg. But I think that one is my favorite. Anyway, so stupid how you can have a favorite hard bowl. Anyway, I've got everything. Everything is hard at the moment. I've got a hard baking ceramic molds, and I've got a tin one right now. I've got hard plates. I'm really going with the hearts and the bows that you can find everywhere at the moment. And then what is so nice about a heart? I need a drop at a time. So let's test a little. And I chopped my almonds, but I didn't read the recipe. And now I'm reading that I have to mix my almonds and the currants. And then sprinkle them up over top. But while I was cutting the almonds, I was like, oh, I need to have them in a pretty big. Chopped is still big pieces in my mind. Oh, I should have taken off my rings. But now I see this, I think I want them a little bit smaller. Let me clean my hands and then I'll show you the pieces I have. Well, sweet. It took a bit longer, the washing of hands, because of my nails. So much dough on the nails. Yes. It's gross. But yeah, I think I said it in one of my previous videos. I'm a home baker, so I like my nails like this. Look, I've got glittery Little Mermaid nails. Flounder, I think it's in English. I need a little bit more egg because it's just dripping consistency. Oh, I was going to show you the. I think I need the whole egg. It's one egg in here, so. Okay, these are my almonds. I've got like this big piece, but I think we all want them like, well, not like this, like this, instead of this. Look, I think that's the difference. So yeah, I'm going to, well, those pieces are small enough. Let me grab a knife off camera for a moment. I'm sorry, I'm chopping on the board where the camera is on, so I'm sorry if you get motion sickness right now from the moving camera. Car sickness. And I think that the size of the almonds is also what you prefer. I think if I have them in the cake, I don't mind having them a little bit bigger, but you know, they're going out itself, so, and the currants are like this big, so I don't see what I'm doing, you know. So this one needs to go in half if you want to have the same sizes of pieces from the almonds. Well, I'm going to keep it like this, I think. Do I have, and even if I have a bigger piece, I think I will survive. But I think I have a bit, maybe too big. I had to mix the almonds and the almost trail mix. Anyway, I think I'm wearing my t-shirt backwards. Give me a moment. I'm not sure. Why did I notice that before? Anyway, I think in my last video I was saying I wasn't running much because I'm doing a lot of work. And that's still true, but I thought maybe I should put on my half marathon Mullingar t-shirt. I'm still proud of the fact that I did that. Well, 3 hours. Again, 2 hours and 85 minutes or something. So, but for the first time and with my history, I'm okay with that. I'm so proud I did it, and maybe wearing my t-shirt, I'm going back into sport and such things. Okay, but let's get back to the recipe. The thing is, I have only this little of a dough, but every recipe so far I did in this one, or the last 2 recipes, or in the small round one. But for both of those, I don't think this is enough, but I'm going to do it in this one. I don't need this. I got it just to be sure. Anyway, I'm going to use the bit I have. I'm not going to make more. But yeah, it's a bit frustrating. I do like the cookbooks with the pictures, so you can see how big it supposed to be. Anyway, maybe it's going to be okay. Look what a tiny layer. Turn into a greased and baselined 8-inch sandwich tin. What's sandwich tin? Is it different than a bread tin? I have to look it up. I should have looked it up before I started filming. I know. But well, I'm chaos. It's part of me and I don't mind. Or you have to tell me that I really have to do it in a sandwich tin. Anyway, this is so sad. Wet spoon again. Make a nice layer. This also only needs to be in the oven for 20 minutes, so maybe I'm just whining about nothing. Okay, that's it. I want to say I'm happy with this and then continue. So now I have to sprinkle. I'm not sure if I can go use everything. So just a small layer. I think I want a little bit more currants than almonds. Just because of, well, maybe for the sweetness, but also for the sprinkle over the top of the cake. Well, there are still a few big pieces of almonds left. So how much? I think I like that this much. Too much is going to fall off anyway. So, oh no, water on my booklets. Anyway. Bake for 20 minutes until springy to the touch. Cool 5 minutes. Turn on wire rack. So the oven is ready. "20 minutes on the clock." Waiting time again, as usual. Anyway. So the Rink cake is out of the oven. I think I did it for 25 minutes. Like 20 minutes, what in the book said, and then it was like the toothpick came out still with some dough on it. So I did 5 more minutes because, well, the almonds started to brown. And here is my dough. Look, that's nice. So cute loaf, right? Let's have. Do I start with the bottom? This part of this part, with or without? Let's do without. Very plain cake. It's a bit, the texture is a bit different than a normal cake, I feel. So let's do something with it. A bite with the top. It's a bit, how do you say it, cakey. It's very hard to get through it, but well, the whole thing together is good. So maybe next time I'm going to mix everything through it. It looks very nice like this. So maybe I'm doing both next time if I make this again. There's so much to make, but I realized that the first bite was an eggy taste. Like I used too much egg. Like, but I want to say not in a bad way, you know. I keep feeling like I've got something in my eye. Anyway. The sweetness, it's really sweet, this one, which I did not expect. Maybe I did. Yeah, well, there's a lot of sugar in here and currants, so this I like this, even with or without the toppings or on top or in it. I think this is a, well, if you're baking for 2 maybe, or 4, and you don't want a whole loaf, nice recipe, small. I was thinking, don't eat before you say goodbye, and then I took a bite. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you next video. There's more to come, of course.